It seems similar, but it feels different, said a friend. Something about it doesn't resonate, so you do it your way, I do it my way, you go your way, and I go my way. That's so often heard. And which friend was this? Really, most everyone of all these friends. People I know not, all the friends all around the world, they stumble upon this same hurdle, perception of distinction in the midst of sameness. We zone into our contrasts and overlook the parallels or even the exactly identical fabric that we look at the bottom of things. So yes, we as a people, one species, but we ship in different races, in a spectrum of colors, and a diversity of cultures, with our respective costumes, underneath human being. And likewise, in all of our culture, our tales, our concerns, in the society, the whole of our civilization, we are threading the same fabrics. Nothing is radically different from one place to another, from one people to another, culture, belief. Underneath, there is a substratum that is so very similar. But alas, we fixate on the difference. This is our problem as a whole. And really, much of what I've sought to do over the last 15 odd years or so, in different formats, and more actively so in the last year abouts, is to provide perspectives, windows into the underlying essence, the patterns that are shared between all of us. Yes, in different tunings, in different castings, in different contexts, but all of it churning from the same underground, the same substratum, the same weave and fabric of existence that is as is to me. All of these cultures, thought systems, modelings, they are but the dressing that I sprinkle to make it relevant to each and every one of you people in your different walks of life. The problem, however, is that we start licking the packaging instead of biting into the actual nutrition underneath. We become fixated with particular presentation frameworks, esoteric, Christian, Buddhist, alchemical, whatever, scientific, philosophical, the list goes on to infinity. We have all these millions upon millions, literally, frameworks of thought with their particular vibes, flavors, their particular lexicons, choices of terminology, their particular orientations into concerned domains, that is. And we all think of the essence as dependent on these frameworks. If only we could look beyond the frame into what's underneath, we might find more of our parallels. We might find more avenues for reconciliation, harmonization, mutual understanding. And through that, true, mature, essential communication, we may begin to coordinate and collaborate with an understanding that for all of our diversity, the underlying concerns are very much the same. And for you and yours, your group, your clique, your branch of civilization, by all means, speak of it in your terms. But make it known, what do your terms stand for? What are your symbols actually representative of? And at my end of the world, we'll call them something else. Not a problem. But we do need that bridge of negotiation. We need those adapters. Adapters that are routed through the essential, the abstract, the naked, uncoated, uncast dynamics and patterns of what is. This is the need. This is the solution, if only people are willing to turn their eyes toward the sameness that we share, rather than preoccupation with their distinctions. Yes, distinctions are there. Distinctions are important. They generate the diversity of us, and they churn out the countless spins, variants, colorings, textures of the same thing. Just as you may have 100 cultivars of apple or potato or banana. Just so we can have 100 cultivars of essence. We can have 100 castings of the same primary patterns that underlie all of our existence. Beautiful and tasty, but let it not be the potato wars, the apple wars and the banana cultivar wars. Who is superior, when ultimately we all are cultivating not for the distinct taste but for the nutrition underneath. And we share. You take my apples, I take your apples. In exchange, we're happy. They're all apples. We eat them and we are nourished. Not that your apples are rotten or suspect because they ship in a different color or are slightly more sweet or sour. No, it's all apples. The vitamins are universal. Then what gives at the end of it? When it is plain and clear to see that so much is shared, why do we default to the side of distinction? We enhance the contrast, even when the contrast is minute. We often see this in religious factions, from a major branch to eerily identical, very, very identical alignments with a minor difference, and they become each other's worst enemies, combatants, because they have generated their offshoot as a matter of distinguishing themselves, as a matter of individuating, as a matter of being sovereign over others, as a matter of a vehicle for their subject egos to dominate over others. That's, at the end of the day, what happens. All of that needs to be purged and cleansed. None of that is conducive of any true understanding. When you take a particular ideology as a matter of your own pedestal, step down the high horse, look at the essence of what is being sought for, and look at the shared essence. That's all there is to it. Just get out of the way. Then we can all see eye to eye. We can open ourselves, open our perspectives, our vision, our hearts. We can see same. Open, see same. Simple. Close, see different. Fight over it. But open, see same. Treasures will be found. in your caves. That is underground, in the substratum of our existence. And along these lines, there's something new brewing in its turn, in its time. If any of the earlier resonates, makes sense to you, if you have opened your eyes to the commonalities, fundamental unifying threads between all of us, and if you wish to collaborate, contribute in your own way, whichever way, then by all means, I'm here, and no one in particular, simply seeking to advance this opening of a vision of sameness in plain universal terms, not tied to me, not tied to any particular alignment of thought, simply perspectives, their broadening and their propagation. So, that's all there. Keep well. I'll wrap here. You know where I am if you wish to get in touch.